All right, well, I'm rejoined now by Bertha Dlamini, founding president of African Women in Energy and Power. And Bertha, and I can call you Bertha because once you've been load shed together, you are friends for life. And the reason we lost your picture is because your load shedding kicked in, of course. Why would you expect anything different? But you were explaining to us that there's a real issue with money in terms of getting the right maintenance, but there may also be other factors. Just brief that out a little bit more for me.
Sure. You know, as African Women in Energy and Power, as an institution, we are tracking these trends and we are staying close to the reports around Eskom's performance as a utility, because key to us is identifying opportunities for women to participate. And from the reports that we have read and the trend that is emerging, it's not only just funding. A maintenance plan exists, it needs to be executed. In executing the plan, the institution has to procure services, products, solutions, and systems from the market. And so you need a governance around the procurement of such services to ensure that you get the right quality service into the value chain of the maintenance plan to ensure that you deliver the right quality of maintenance. And of course, you need skilled resources. And some of the reports do indicate to some of the skilled resources within Eskom retiring and Eskom needing to go out into the market to source competent resources. And we've had a lengthy debate, or we've read about this lengthy debate that's played out in the public sector on where to source competent engineers. And we've always motivated that it's not a racial discussion, it is a resource discussion where Eskom needs to open itself out to stakeholders in the market to procure competent resources to support its maintenance plan. And it's also sticking to the protocols of maintenance. Each one of the fleet has got specified maintenance protocols based on the original equipment manufacturers that have installed technology in that power plant. It is important to follow the rudimentary processes that have been put in place to conduct regular postmortems of units that have broken down and determine what has caused the breakdown, to prevent a breakdown and to ensure that the units go back and can function optimally. So these are this is the insights that we are getting from the studies that we're reading and from tracking the dialogues around Eskom's maintenance plan. It is ensuring that all resources that are required, including finance, including human capital, including governance, are in place and are executed. And there is coherence in the strategy to execute such plans.
And I think, you know, as you say, it's money, it's executing the plans. And of course, that's the point as well that Happy Kambula Busa was making. There's a plan, just implement it. It's also about implementing it efficiently and as quickly as possible. We know that you know, there's an issue of sabotage. That's one of the many issues, that even people who seem to be security cleared have got into certain power stations, tweak one little thing, and that causes a problem. But there are a myriad of problems facing the power utility, leading to these ongoing breakdowns. I wonder if you know, we can't not talk about the political aspect because, of course, Eskom is overseen by government. Do you think it would be a good thing? Maybe it would make things clearer and simpler if our energy minister was in charge of Eskom. This is something the ANC has been calling for. It would mean that it would move away from Pravin Gordhan. Do you think it's going to be actually a good idea, or would it be a bad idea? His detractors are saying he's too focused on coal, he's going to stand in the way, he's going to meddle. We just need to let the engineers get on with it.
Sure. I think it's a good idea to have line ministries oversee state-owned enterprises that are within their ecosystem. It would ensure that the ministries can direct capable resources to support the institution with minimal interference from a political perspective. I know that previously we've seen reports that have indicated political interference within Eskom. For a state-owned entity and any organization to function, you need to give the board the room to govern, you need to give the executives the room to execute and to drive operations without political interference, which clouds the matters. And so it is a good idea. It is a good plan and strategy to align Eskom with the Department of Mineral Resources and Energy. It would be prudent for the ministry to acknowledge the operational challenges that Eskom is facing and play a supportive role to unlock hurdles, whether it's policy hurdles or it's funding hurdles that enable operational execution. That's what we would see their role as a stakeholder in the industry, and also to ensure that socio-economic development imperatives are not left behind as we strive to resolve the energy crisis that we face, but to take the opportunity, the crisis, turn it into an opportunity to provide as many entrepreneurial opportunities as possible for South Africans, to facilitate as many partnerships between South African enterprises and international partners that are already embedded in Eskom's environment, to ensure that we're able to look at a multidimensional solution to the crisis that we face. We face a crisis of energy shortage. We also face a crisis of unemployment, a crisis of an energy sector that is not entirely inclusive. And so we are striving to support government and private sector to create an inclusive ecosystem. And this is a perfect opportunity.
All right, so much more to discuss. We definitely have to speak to you again. Fascinating points that you are making. And of course, we're also under pressure for the sake of our planet to make this just energy transition. But that is very, very difficult under the situation we are in right now. Thank you so much for chatting to us this evening. Bertha Dlamini, founder